Okay.
We should probably introduce ourselves first and foremost.
Yeah, so I am a jar of copper salts. My name is Smitty, and I go by she, her, faith, her, air, and they, her pronouns.
Yeah, and I am in Sanimation Studios. I go by he, him pronouns. And I've just been kind of helping out and making sure this entire thing runs so squeaky clean.
Yes, outlet. So we were going to plug the outlet Twitter because
Hey, it's a show about plugs. Without a shameless plug, it's practically not whole.
Oh yeah, totally. All right. Yeah, so Outlet was originally created last year in a completely different incarnation called Battle for Outlet. It was going to be a joke show where like 21 or something plugs compete for a prize of an outlet that is like compatible with every plug, I guess. And while there were some good ideas in there, I didn't really like where it was going. And so I deleted the production server. And
yeah, it's mostly become like lost media, but I was one of the people who was present for that. So like we both kind of, and so it's like we're both kind of seasoned on this whole outlet concept.
Yeah, and so then I just drastically changed the concept. So here is the new concept.
And so like we adopted some new things to carve the show out to be a bit different, such as well, they have human names for the most part. Like you'll have characters named like Shoe and Fungus, but you'll also have people named like Carrie and Alan and Gilbert. Like there's probably a Dave somewhere in this world. I can guarantee that there's at least one singular Dave.
Well, I guess. So in the original version of the script for Battle for Outlet, one of the people, Song Game, had actually come up with an idea for that there was a village for plugs who were lost looking for outlets, and I really liked that idea, so I put it in, and it's become one of the major like bits of Outlet. There aren't a set number of characters, and it only centers around a few. While there still are other characters, they aren't the focus of the series. Electricity does not exist. At least in this place, there is no electricity, no conventional electricity.
Yeah, like while they may be plugs themselves, they don't have like, I mean, they can't like plug into an outlet or like do any cool electrical stuff. What they mainly do is just exist as society, just as
all artificial light is done through either bioluminescence or phosphor.
Yeah. Next slide.
So this part of the concept just says, I'm thinking that at the end of each episode, we can have a sort of Dear Princess Celestia, where there's a voiceover of characters the episode centers around and explains the moral / where things went after the end of the episode. Yeah, said morals can be simple or as complex as we want, and again, episodes won't require them.
And here's one of the coolest facets of the entire show.
They speak a language that isn't English. We don't hear this language that often, but whenever written language is in, example on signs, and it's even in subtitles throughout the episodes. And English does not exist in universe.
Yeah, but like the people talking, like the voice actors still voice this in English.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I think it's just a really interesting thing to create this entire language just for an object show, and this is like, honestly, to me, a definition of like labor of love.
And yeah, so this was how I did the conlang before Seek had come on.
Yeah, Seek in reference to sequencer.
Yeah. So the way that I did it was I wasn't really focused on making it good. I was making it as good as I could, but not really. I was focusing more on just having it exist than having it exist well. But then Seek found out about the conlang, and we doubled the number of messages in the conlang channel in the production server. Right, so we also have a number system, which had existed before and had been slightly altered and expanded upon. So it's a mixture of balanced ternary, but in basic, in a positionalist system, but also kind of like Roman numerals, if that makes any sense. The writing system was also made into an abugida, so instead of vowels being full-on characters, they're more like diacritics that go onto the concept.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, there's a lot of
font
effort and put into like the language and stuff, so that like this actually works. And it's sometimes, while it may be a little bit hard to understand, it's really good.
Oh, yeah. And then we also had the question of what are we going to name the language, which turned out it was suggested by Red Marble, who was originally going to be here, but he couldn't make it. So what it ended up being called was electrician, basically. Yeah. So yeah, thanks to Red Marble for coming up with that name. Yeah, this is the new revamped writing system. Clyde, yes, Clyde. Yes, let's talk about Clyde.
Yeah, Clyde, just the name is, I'm just gonna say this jokingly, is completely my fault.
Yeah, yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, so Clyde, it was Sequencer's idea for Clyde to exist. The name comes from Pac-Man, the Pac-Man ghosts. But anyway, Clyde he lives in a shack near the outskirts of the village and invents random stuff. And he only speaks the Conlang because Sequencer wanted to only speak the Conlang, but all the voice acting was going to be in English. So, oh yeah, he just invents random stuff that
Clyde just exists.
This has been where a lot of the work for the show has been poured into. Has been the plant and fungal life of the universe. So the color photosynthesis is actually red in universe instead of green.
Yeah, like this does not take place on Earth, but rather on a different planet. Just to think about it easier, just think it's a planet in Star Wars, I guess. Just far away from everything.
Maybe outlet universe exists. Okay, on Fauna. Yeah. These were about all the concepts I could find.
Yeah, the leftmost one was by yours truly. So me and I were once chatting on a little live stream I was having, and I saw like there's these trees with fruit, and I thought, how the heck would like animals reach up to that? And I thought, what if there was an animal that like stretched like an accordion, where it had like a part with arms that reached up and grabbed the fruit and basically dragged it back down.
And while we were doing the rehearsal for the showcase, Insan also had idea for a variation of this creature that lives in the more mountainous regions, where instead of using stretching to grab
like a
fruit,
straight height, it can like bend around.
Yeah, and use it to like ascend and descend, just move around the cliffs of So
yeah, essentially the fruit grabber one, but like a bit more on edge and a bit more omnidirectional.
So our last panel here is to spend the 7 minutes we have here to answer this question.
The time that you can, ask questions.
Yeah. Okay. How long did it take to create language? It took. It's still in production. It's still in development, but it has been. Actually, let me check. When did I?
The episode length. We're probably going to keep it under 20 minutes, but we're going to try to keep it manageable. Let's see what else. The funnest part of making Outlet, like for me, most fun part is honestly just writing and contributing to this world, because while there are a lot of rules and nature set up, there's still so much we can build out of this. This is very much like a science project on creating a fictional society or something.
Yeah, just checking. It's been, to answer Funnyboy's question, it's been 4 months in production on the Conlang so far.
From Worker Fruit WP, there is a plot, we promise. From Poofly Oof, how many contestants/characters are there? There's honestly just an inordinate number of them. It is not like a contestant.
Yeah, it's not a competition show.
So it's just.
It's more aligned with My Little Pony than object shows, really.
Yeah, it's like it's got an amorphous number of characters.
It centers around 6, just like in My Little Pony.
Yeah, Apricot Animations asks, is there any opportunity to get involved? Meaty, is like the crew server still open up for like access?
Actually, I closed it.
From Annalisa Tam, I hope I'm reading that right. why did you choose the BFB style? That is not the BFB style. Is more as just Meaty's interpretation to make it.
Okay. What originally inspired you to make a show about outlets? I don't know if you already answered this. So what actually happened, the reason they're all plugs is because I found the Wikipedia page for a list of plug types. And so I thought, there are a lot of them. I can make an object show. So that's pretty much how Battle for Outlet came to be. And
yeah, it's pretty much its reason for existence. From Ryan Cunningham.
Yes, this is non-competition.
This is not competition. Penguin says, "Who is your guys' favorite characters?" Well, honestly, I haven't really read the script, so it's like, I don't really. Yeah, I'll just say Clyde because Sequencer is threatening me. Red 8-Ball and Omar ask a similar question. What is the planet they live on called, and where will the show take place? The show takes place on a planet called Plugus.
I've always pronounced it Plugos. The name was pronounced like before the conling existed.
Plugus or Plugos. High Plugos corn syrup. Bad joke.
Let's have a comments press and call it Plugos. Is it a kind of slice of life show type thingy? Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for.
Yeah, it is. It is very much slice of life.
Which channel can I find the? This will be when it's done. It will be posted on my channel, A Jar of Copper Salts.
Yeah, I'm just gonna guess this, but you can guessing it's probably simultaneously the most fun and hard part is probably just crafting the world.
Yeah, that's actually kind of a hard question. I don't actually quite know what. Yeah. Well, crafting the world is definitely the most fun part. I don't really know if it's the hardest part.
From Harry Hoff, what's the current progress on the show? Aren't you in the server anyway? The current progress is writing is done, and we're having voice actor auditions and whatnot.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, maybe because I'm thinking maybe there'll be a public server where you can audition for voice acting, but
yeah,
I haven't really decided on that yet.
Ovens Cornybore asks, where can I find Battle for Outlet? It is Battle for Outlet is completely lost, but if you're referring to Outlet, the current show that is going to be on.
Yeah, we're out of time now. Thank you for all that.
Yeah, we're out of time, but thank you for letting us be here. We will see you later.
Bye.
We could answer your questions. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on, and this has been amazing.
It has.
Later, folks.